Movie review number 1450 is Downton Abbey 3, the grand finale. Downton Abbey 3, the grand finale is a 2025 movie directed by Simon Curtis, who also directed Downton Abbey 2, A New Era. So this movie has footage features on Carnival films. And I saw this movie on September 19th, 2025 at Cinemark Oakley Station in SD in Oakley, Ohio. So this movie is the true finale of the Downton Abbey series that started 15 years ago when the first season of Downton Abbey came onto television. Of course, I don't think the series was on American television until early 2011. But anyway, 15 years ago, Downton Abbey made its way to UK television and then eventually around the world, including America. And it was definitely a success. It sparked interest and buzz to not only the United Kingdom and Britain, but to pretty much all over the world. And I definitely enjoyed watching the series. And then in 2019, they came out with a movie. 2022 came out with a second movie. And now they came out with a third and final movie. 10 years after Series 6 came onto television, and that was when the creators of the creators at first said that Series 6 was going to be the last series, and it was. But then they came out with three movies, which I all enjoyed. But this movie marks the true finale of the Downton Abbey series. So this movie takes place in the summer of 1930, where the Crawley family grapple with the threat of social disgrace when Lady Mary finds herself at the center of a public scandal and the family facing financial trouble. In other words, this could really be the end of Downton Abbey. So the Crawley family is trying to figure out what to do, not only with their financial troubles, but with also Lady Mary, who's at the center of a public scandal as she announced that she is divorced to Henry Talbot. Wow. So basically, here's what's going on. At the end of the second movie, we hear that Lady Mary hasn't really been talking to Henry Talbot as much, but now in the third movie, they are officially divorced. I won't say why, but it's definitely a little shocking, especially since you got to see Henry Talbot and I think the last episode or two of season 5, and then pretty much in season 6. But something happens and they become divorced. And let's just say divorce isn't really taken kindly back in 1930. I guess you can say it's considered frowned upon. And there are some policies or rules that when people get divorced, they can't be around with other people. You'll see what I mean when you see the movie. But this causes scandal and public disgrace to the Crawley family. And the Crawleys are also facing trouble um, when a relative of Lady Grantham comes comes to Downton Abbey, Harold, who is Lady Grantham's brother, and let's just say that he got himself into some financial trouble, and basically that means that Downton Abbey could be resulted in an end to the Crawley family. What will happen? Obviously, I won't say, but this movie does serve as a true finale to the cast and characters that you have seen 15 years ago. I will say this. I like how the movie ended, but it was definitely sad at the same time, seeing these characters go after you've seen them for 15 years. But yeah, I really like how they ended it. So, just like other movies and TV shows, or just like the TV series and the movies, We see Hugh Bonneville as Robert Crawley, who is the seventh Earl of Grantham. Lord Carmichael portrays Edith Pelham, who is the Marioness of Hessam and the second daughter of Lord and Lady Grantham. Jim Carter portrays Charles or Charlie Carson. He is the former butler of the Crawley family and husband of Elsie Hughes. Raquel Cassidy portrays Phyllis Baxter, or Mosley, who is the lady's maid to Lady Grantham and the wife of Joseph Mosley. Paul Cooper portrays Albert Mason, who is a former tenant farmer under the Crawleys, the father of Daisy's late first husband William Mason, and also the husband of Beryl Patmore. Brendan Coyle portrays John Bates, who is the valet of Lord Grantham and husband of Anna Bates. Michelle Dockery portrays Lady Mary Talbot, who is the eldest daughter of Lord and Lady Grantham. Kevin Doyle portrays Joseph Mosley, an up-and-coming screenwriter, and also the former footman at Downton Abbey and husband of Phyllis Baxter. Michael Fox portrays Andrew or Andy Parker, a former footman and current butler at Downton Abbey, and is also the husband of Daisy Parker. Jerome Fordart portrays Anna Bates, who is the lady's maid to Lady Mary and wife of John Bates. Paul Committee portrays Hayward Leveson, who is an American businessman and brother of Lady Grantham. Harry Hayden Patton portrays Herbert or Bertie Pellman, the seventh Marquess of Hessam and husband of Edith. Robert James Collier portrays Thomas Barrow, the former butler of Downton Abbey and current assistant of Guy Dester, and also a lover of Guy Dester. Alan Reach portrays Tom Branson, the widower of Lady Sybil, who is Walter Lake Grantham's late youngest daughter, and is the husband of UC Smith, a distant cousin of the Crawley family. Phyllis Roden portrays Elsie Hughes Carson, the housekeeper at Downton Abbey and wife of Charlie Carson. Elizabeth McGovern portrays Cora Crawley, the Countess of Grantham. Sophie Macheria portrays Daisy Parker, who is the assistant clerk at Downton Abbey and wife of Andy Parker. Leslie Nicole portrays Beryl Patmore Mason, the longtime clerk at Downton Abbey and wife of Albert Mason. Douglas Reeve portrays Richard or Dickie Gray, Ward Merton, a family friend of the Crawleys, godfather of Lady Mary, and second husband of Isabel. Dominic West portrays Guy Dester, an actor and lover of Thomas Barrow. Penelope Wilton portrays Isabel Gray, Lady Merton, and mother of Mary's first husband Matthew Crawley. Simon Russell Beale portrays Sir Hector Morland. Ollie Falsham portrays Noel Coward. Alessandro Nivola portrays Gus Sandbrook, and Julie Richardson portrays Sarah, or Lady Petersfield. Now, this movie also has a tribute to Maggie Smith, who portrayed the Dowager Countess of Grantham, whose character died at the end of the second movie. So there is a tribute to her character and to the actor herself. And I won't say who, but let's just say that you might see other cameos from other characters that you have seen in the Downton Abbey series. I won't say who, but you'd definitely be surprised to see them. So this movie does serve as a true grand finale to the Downton Abbey saga that started 15 years ago with the first episode of the first series, and now it all ends with the third and final movie. So yeah, you guys do not want to miss this. If you guys are a fan of Downton Abbey, this will definitely be a true gift to you, as the movie does have a well-earned send-off to these characters. It's pretty good. So that's my movie review of Downton Abbey 3, the grand finale. Please enjoy for this movie review. Alright, goodbye.